The cold winter winds are retreating northward. Spring is in the air. Welcome, and let's collaborate. In Minneapolis and St. Paul for the Associated Schools of Construction 2018 Annual Conference. Let us show you our collaborative spirit from the Upper Midwest, the League of Schools teaching construction management that are collaborating to bring you this event. The Blue Devils from the University of Wisconsin-Stout, the Stompers from Minnesota State University Mankato, the Dragons of Minnesota State University Moorhead, the Bison of North Dakota State University Fargo, the Jackrabbits, ever nimble, of South Dakota State University, the Panthers from the University of Northern Iowa Cedar Falls, the Huskies from St. Cloud State University, the Crosstown Technologists from Dunwoody Institute, and the Golden Gophers, your tunneling, buck-toothed host from the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. We are Constructium, and we are pleased to be your hosts for the event. Mohammed Diab from Mankato State, Tim Becker from Wisconsin Stout, Scott Seltveit from Minnesota State Moorhead, Matt Stone from NDSU, Heather Gay from Dunwoody, Teresa Hall from SDSU, Mark Schroll from St. Cloud State University, Sharam Varvazand at University of Northern Iowa, and myself, Peter Hilger, from the University of Minnesota. We are all part of Constructium. Located within 200 miles of each other, we form the Constructium Association. Bringing to this event an opportunity to witness the pentathlon, featuring 5 soft skills competitions for our regional students to enter, including the Pursuit, formerly the Capstone competition, the Negotiation Challenge, an Interviewing Challenge, a Toastmasters Table Topics event, and a Pechakucha competition. You heard right, look it up! This year it's being held at the brand new U.S. Bank Stadium alongside the Minnesota Construction Association's Leadership Summit event. So this is truly a collaborative environment for industry and education, and thus the theme of our Congress will be just that, collaboration. Industry plus academia equals Constructium, which is the Construction Consortium. We promise a springtime setting at the sprawling University of Minnesota campus threaded by the mighty Mississippi River. Few visitors quite realize that the Twin Cities are in fact 2 cities, well, it's kind of in the name, guys, quite close by, each with their own identity. The city centers are linked, St. Paul in the foreground, which is the state capital, and Minneapolis in the background by the light rail system, along with roads and bikeways, and some sidewalks, connecting further to the airport and the Mall of America. Just a few whistle stops on the new light rail transit system from both downtown centers, the light rail system runs through the heart of campus, which will bring you from the airport to our door. And that door, our venue location, is the Commons Hotel, in the heart of the University of Minnesota's East Bank campus, further connecting with the West Bank campus and with the St. Paul campus, connected by a dedicated campus connector busway. The Commons Hotel enjoys a strong relationship with the University of Minnesota, and though not owned by the university, it does provide a preferential pricing structure for university-hosted conferences, and recently was rated #1 on TripAdvisor. The facility is managed by Noble House Hotels and Resorts, a boutique resort management company with 17 properties across the country. The Commons does not feel like a chain hotel, but rather a cozy, if slightly edgy, contemporary lodging venue uniquely designed for the region, neighborhood, and clientele. Of the 304 total rooms, 200 of them have 2 beds in each room. The Commons has 12 complimentary guest passes available at any given time to the new University Recreation Facility immediately across the street. Located almost entirely on the 2nd floor of the Commons, the conference center options range from a large ballroom with an expansive foyer that can accommodate over 350 guests, along with a smaller 4,000 square foot ballroom and 10 meeting rooms that can hold from 40 to 100 attendees in classroom-style seating. The relative proximity of the meeting rooms to each other on the same level, with extensive open space, makes it easy to locate associates, and naturally encourages networking time between events. The same schedule format is proposed, but with a twist. On Wednesday morning, April 18th, the Constructium Pentathlon event combined with the Minnesota Construction Association Leadership Summit Conference will be going on, to which visiting faculty and students are welcome to attend. We will showcase these soft skills competitions and the Leadership Summit with lunch before the afternoon extended workshop sessions. And we are working on other ways to integrate the industry into what we are doing and researching. Again, collaboration. And of course, Thursday and Friday there are the many paper sessions, as is customary, of course, but also ready accessibility to our vendor sponsors in the main hall, a display about each of our consortium schools, and the student poster presentation. Friday evening will be our customary banquet in the ballroom, and Saturday is your day to switch the fun meter on. We will commence the appreciation of the Twin Cities art scene with a reception in the Weissman Art Museum, an iconic Frank Gehry structure perched atop the Mississippi River bluff within walking distance of the hotel. Coming early or leaving late? Consider a stop at the Minneapolis Institute of Arts, now known as MIA. Both a magnificent structure and a magnificent collection, this free museum will suit all artistic tastes, classic to contemporary. But if modern is your thing, then the Walker Art Center is a modern art gem with a long history. The iconic Edward Larrabee Barnes 1971 structure was recently expanded by the Swiss architects Jacques Herzog and Pierre de Meuron. Now under reconstruction, the Walker Sculpture Garden is an amazing theater of its own, with the backdrop of the Minneapolis skyline and at least one iconic sculpture, the Spoon Bridge with Cherry by Claes Oldenburg, to whet your artistic sweet tooth. If art is not your thing, but things are your thing, then drop into the Mill City Museum to learn about the advent of the flour milling industry along the banks of the Mississippi River in downtown Minneapolis, a part of Mill Ruins Park, where the iconic Stone Arch Bridge, built by the St. Paul Railroad Baron James J. Hill for the Great Northern Railroad, crosses into Minneapolis. If bread flour is not your thing, and the kids, who may be along, have a thirst for knowledge or play, or secretly, maybe you have such a thirst, there are 3 splendid venues to satiate the minds of young and old alike: the Science Museum of Minnesota, the Minnesota History Center, and the Children's Museum, all in St. Paul, all accessible by rail. Or take in a show: Orchestra Hall, the Schubert Club, the Ordway Theater, the world-renowned Guthrie Theater, or any number of other theaters in the Twin Cities, with more seats per capita than anywhere in the United States, except New York. Okay, I guess we are the Minneapolis after all. Or if your theater experience prefers the great outdoors, consider a seat in the Minnesota Twins' new dugout with an amazing culinary concourse to suit any palate. After all, they will be the defending 2017 World Series champion. And but a few more whistle stops to downtown St. Paul, take in another open-air baseball seat with the St. Paul Saints, and witness a different, highly entertaining series of game day antics. Maybe team owner Bill Murray will show up. Of course, these theater seats cannot be guaranteed, as the schedule is not yet published for 2018. And a must-see: the Minnesota State Capitol, fresh off a $300 million restoration, designed by our own Cass Gilbert, who went on to design the Woolworth Building in New York and the Supreme Court Building in Washington. We will hopefully find time to arrange a private tour, guided by the Cass Gilbert Society, with the answer as to why it was Georgia marble instead of Mankato Kasota stone. This structure is often characterized as the most beautiful state capitol in the country. Shopping? Oh my, there are all kinds of places to drain your wallet, from the Mall of America to the shops on Grand Avenue in St. Paul, from uptown Minneapolis to the first enclosed mall in the country, and all credit cards are accepted. And you will have no shortage of walking options for your daily constitutional. The campus is huge and beautiful, and the hotel is right in the heart of campus. Or perhaps the classic reading room of the Walter Library is more to your studious style. during breaks, of course. Or the new Brunix Hall, one of the most advanced technology-enabled classroom buildings on campus with a magnificent central spiral stair. Or a stroll on either bank along the mighty Mississippi River. Done with the conference? Stay and play. Head up north to the great Minnesota lakes, the Wisconsin North Woods, and the magnificent north and south shore of Gitche Gumee, Lake Superior. You just can't imagine it. You have to experience it. And with all this beauty, peace, entertainment, culture, and education, this is why we're holding it a little later in April. We'll see you there, April 18th through 21st, 2018. Let's collaborate. Thank you.